Good morning. Greetings, fellow golf clashers. What's going on? I have just poured my second cup of coffee, so I'm feeling good. Cup of coffee number 1, delicious. Cup of coffee number 2, necessary. And now I'm ready to go. So here's my plan. I'm going to play a hole or two, maybe just finish out that pin chest. I got 2 left. And then I'll jump into a quick tournament preview. I'll go through each hole and just kind of give a general playthrough. The holes are super familiar. If you've seen which holes they're using, it's the Sunshine Glades again. Which, I mean, it is what it is, you know. They keep rehashing the same tournament for some odd reason. So, you know, we'll play the same holes and everybody will shoot 35 under and it'll be boring, but you'll see some ridiculous scores for sure because everybody's so familiar with those damn holes. So that's just the way it goes, though. Whatever. We love the game and we want those cards and the rewards and the banners. Nobody cares about the coins anymore. A Thor's Hammer level 8. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I don't know that I've seen that more than maybe once. Wow. I wonder what that's like. You don't see very many. I mean, it used to be when it was level 7, you saw what were then maxed epics all the time, but you don't see them all that often anymore. Because now it's level 8, and most people don't have that many. So you don't have the cards on the epic clubs to get back up to 8 unless you've got some just ridiculous time and effort in the game. So I know when they made that update that I had on this account anyway, I from the very get-go had enough to upgrade all of my rares all the way up to level 9 as soon as they implemented that. And I've been in the club that had been rather vocal about the fact that they needed to do something about the club cards because they were just racking up and they didn't even matter anymore. The tournament chests would come and the only thing that you cared about was what you got in the as far as the epics. So I'm gonna play this one 10% over max, so we'll go like 6.5. So we're right at max. I'm starting off my shot well to the right here. You also want to be sure that you put on your long wood bag for this one. You don't want to get caught with a sniper here. Oh, sit. Oh, too much. Wow, I can't believe that was too much. I kind of wanted to show here a bailout play if you do get caught behind that tree anyway. There's a nice power slice shot that you can play. That's pretty safe and will get you beyond those trees. Hey, what's up, Mitsu? No VPN. No VPN for me. I am in middle of the United States. If you have a VPN, Chicago is probably a likely one that you could put on if you want to try and match up. I'm in St. Louis, so right in the Midwest, but I don't know if they'll have St. Louis on the VPN as an option. So see what our opponent's doing here. He's going with the slice shot, but he's not playing it how I would have. I would have played it. He got a bad wind, so we're getting bailed out a little bit unless he makes a phenomenal shot here. Well, he'll be in the fairway at the very least. So I would have gone full overpower with a power slice shot that would have had a chance of being right on the edge of the green there if I were in his shoes there. I'm going to play the slice anyway. No, I'm not going to play the slice. Yeah, I'm going to play the slice. I want to try and get a little further down. No, it's more important just to leave myself a short iron here. So no slice. I'm just going to put a good amount of curl on it. Question is, how much overpower do I feel comfortable using? About half I ended up going with. Pretty wide open here, so I think he's in a decent spot there, but it might be a long iron range where I think I'm going to be right at a max thorn. Right on, Mitsu. There's about a 30-second delay as well, so just so you're aware of that. As I mentioned, I'm probably just going to play 2 holes to finish out that pin chest, and then I'm going to do a quick tournament preview, go through those holes real quick, and then I'll jump back on. So if I don't get a rematch, you should probably hit it right when I go back to the main menu. I'll wait. I'll try and count to make sure that that will be about 30 seconds from when I hit go, because as I mentioned, my stream tends to be about 30 seconds behind. So I think it's not quite that much, but it's like 25, so quite a decent amount. Our opponent here did end up with a short iron and has a level 7 Falcon, which I think I have now. I think I just got that upgrade, but I haven't even looked at it. As far as I looked at the stats and kind of went oohed and awed at it, but I don't remember actually. Like, I have no idea what the wind value is for anything. So we'll see what we can do with a little thorn porn here. I'm gonna play offset. Pretty strong wind here, and then I'm going to play plus 10 at max, so adding 1.4, we're going to play this one as just under a 9. Go like 8.8. I'm not sure if we offset enough, but it should give us a look. Oh, yeah. Jim, what's going on, you legend, you? Jim's been around since the very beginning of my streams. He was there. Much appreciated. How you doing this morning, Jim? Highly doubt that I'll get a rematch after I buried that shot on our friend here, Eddie McShank, but yeah. Okay, hit it now, Mitsu, if you're ready. I'm going to watch my stream for when I said to hit it now. So, all right, we got it. What's up, Derek? Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Jim. Didn't get you, Mitsu. I think I actually saved the video of the power slice shot that I was talking about there to bail yourself out from if you get caught behind the trees. I'll have to check and see when we go through the tournament photos. I'll check real quick and see if I remembered, because I'm pretty sure I saved that one because I remembered I wanted to talk about it, because that hole can be nasty. We both got somebody else, huh? Ah, nuts. Our opponent here with a power 4 ball. Since he's done that, I think I will too. Might as well. But I'm going to play... No, I'm not going to slice it. Does he get through? He does get through. Good shot from our opponent. You know what? I'm not even going to play with a power 4 ball, and I'm just going to slice it anyway. Ooh, is it gonna make it? Maybe I do need a power 4 ball. What do we got? What do we got? What the hell are these things? We'll go to firework. There we are. Get through. Lame. It's fun though. It's so much more fun than just playing a normal shot. For me, anyway. Kind of disappointed we didn't get out into the other fairway, though. I'm kind of surprised that he's playing a Cataclysm from there. I guess it was just too far for the Goliath. I think I saw he had a Goliath on. Don't see that too often in Tour 11 anymore. Goliath play. Since the Grizzly got upgraded, it's mostly Grizzlies and B-52s. That looks like it's going to come up short. You got to get real deep up this hill if you want to have any shot of making that. Yeah, just as I suspected. We're just going to play it safe here. We'll let the wind take its secondary effect and not use any curl. But I am going to play this as a significant over adjustment. Let's call it 7 rings. So just a touch of overpower then. Probably not going in the cup, but it'll come up nice in there for us. And it came in a good line. As I mentioned, you kind of have, if you've got a wind like that, you can't really attack it from the rough, because you have to, in order to try and make it, you really have to play a shot like our opponent did. But it's got to get further up on the end of the green there to have any shot of coming all the way back down. Yeah, I agree, Derek. I was disappointed. I was still free to play when the first ones came out, so I didn't buy any of them. But I am no longer, and as soon as I saw that they'd redone them, I immediately jumped on it. Yeah, they're a thing of beauty, really. You know, as much as we sometimes dog on Playdemic, the graphics of this game really are phenomenal. I mean, they are an absolute thing of beauty, for sure. So, okay. This is going to be a blind shot that I play. It should be okay even with a power 4 ball. It's just gonna be a little bit. Even more blind than usual with a power 4 ball with the minimum APOC. I think. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how deep I get, but I'm gonna play it off of this area. I think our opponent with a power 4 ball and a caddis should still be able to play the wood, but my sniper's not going to be able to do it without playing with some overpower. So rather than play with overpower in a shootout, I never try and do that if I can avoid it. I'm going to play a blind driver. See what we can do. Oh, good, nice shot from our opponent, but came in a little bit too far to the left. Yeah. But that's not bad. For a headwind, this is tricky. This is a really tricky one in a headwind, so not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, so we want our landing position right where the ball of the take shot button is, and we're at a 10% over adjustment. We're going to play 6 backspin. Let's see, so that's going to be 10.2 at a min. It's 5.5. So we're actually played as a 6. I'm going to use just. I don't like to do this, but I got to go a little bit of underpower since I used the power 4 ball here. Just a notch. Just a notch, though. It's not super pretty, but it'll be a win. Having to use that underpower with a power 4 ball is not ideal, which is why the majority of the time in Tour 11 I am playing Titans. But it worked out here. See if our opponent wants a rematch. He does not. Okay, we'll go ahead and pop our pin chest, and then I'm going to switch over to the album with the tournament holes in there, and we'll go through them one by one. Hole number 1, an old familiar favorite. It's a must eagle par 4. Must eagle par 4. I tend to favor a Thor's Hammer backspin shot from here. The other way to play this is with an Apocalypse and a rough bump up here. Either one, you can usually get away with like a quarterback shot if from this spot over on the right, if it gives us a tailwind. A rock might be an option. I'm not sure how much backspin the rock has, but that could be another option if you don't have a highly upgraded Thor's Hammer or Apocalypse. But bunch of backspin, left spin, some curl. We'll be really trying to dial it in for an ace. I've never actually aced it, but I've come so close so many times. So must eagle par 4. Enough said about that one. It's been in tournaments forever. It is what it is. This par 3 here, a lot of people you're going to see playing a rough bump right here. Wind 5 ball rough bump with a sniper, which is an option. I don't like the rough bump here. It seems like it's just really inconsistent. You can see when you're moving your target around how inconsistent that line is. So I think what I might try is to set up a maximum B52 here at the edge of that first fairway and see what we can do with that one. That's how I'm going to be playing it all week. So we'll give that a run. We'll give that a try and see if we can figure out something a little bit better. Because that rough bump just seems to play so inconsistent for me that I think I've never been able to really get it dialed in consistently. So I'm going to try something else. If at first you don't succeed, try again, right? Well, I've tried and tried again and still not succeeded. So try something different this time. What do we got here? Our old favorite par 5. It'll be more than likely a quarterback play, or if you've got an APOC, we can do that as well. It's going to be, no matter what wind they give us, we're going to be playing this one the exact same way. We're going to be bouncing off the right side of this first fairway and rolling up to try and get to somewhere around this area here, the edge of this second fairway. We'll try and get a shot dialed in. That's why using a quarterback can be so helpful here. If you've got the maxed out quarterback, and if you have like a Thor 7, a Thor's Hammer level 7, you can play that as well, or an APOC, whatever you want to do. But we'll probably want to use a spin 3 ball and use all of the right spin, some curl to get back over to the right side of this second fairway to set up a sniper approach for an albatross. The goal here is to land somewhere in the front of the green, and it's going to funnel from right to left to the pin. Usually you can find that, or you can also try and dial in a rough bump, a full right spin rough bump from over here. That's what you'll also see a lot of people play. That's another rough bump that I seem to have a hard time getting dialed in. So I'm probably going to be playing like a full backspin sniper second shot from that front part of the green, and then trying to find that funnel. So this one is going to be wind dependent, but usually we're going to be playing it off of the second, from the expert tees anyway, the second tee box. What we're going to be looking for is to play off of this fairway here somewhere with some curl and coming up here for a short iron. Generally, that's going to be, the last wind that they gave us was kind of blowing in this direction, so it was a full overpowered APOC with a Kingmaker or even a power 4 ball. Firework ball would have been a good one here. You want to avoid the trap. Obviously, that's going to come into play quite a bit. So your second shot from here is going to be a min short iron. You're going to want to probably have a thorn on because it's severely downhill and the backside of the green is very narrow. So the thorn is usually the play here with a decent amount of backspin. Either a full backspin shot that we can try and get dialed in, or playing onto the front of the green and rolling it up there. This green does play relatively inconsistent, so you're going to want to try and find a spot that has a fairly consistent landing area. Otherwise, you're going to kind of get some weird rollouts. So that's the key for the second shot. It plays significantly downhill as a min short iron, and find yourself a consistent landing area that you can get dialed in. Par 3 here. This one, it plays, the secondary wind effect here is huge. It plays significantly downhill. We'll almost certainly be playing a minimum quarterback if there's any kind of headwind from here, or a max sniper if there's any kind of tailwind from basically the same spot. Depending on what the wind is, we're going to have a huge secondary effect, but this green slopes from from left to right up to the pin. It's a hard one to get dialed in. The other option here is if you have a high-level apocalypse, is to try and get a sand bump dialed in. That's more likely something that you'll see in Masters from the third tee box. Wind 5 quarterback or an APOC sand bump is an option, but a tough one to get dialed in, but just because of the secondary wind effect. We'll try and find a really our starting position is going to be the most important thing here to keep consistent, and then played as a significantly downhill over adjustment. Another good chance for a drop here, if we have any kind of a tailwind, especially from the second tee box, what we're going to be looking for is to play on this left fairway with a full topspin shot and carry down here. Any kind of real deep play here, and you can actually be in short iron range, and you can set up a rough bump from here. The tricky part here that you're going to want, if you're playing on the left, to consider is it's going to be very wind dependent where you end up. So you have to really try and get something, because if you're playing with like a power 5 ball and smashing it down there, your wind can vary so much that you can get a significant rollout. So what you really want to be careful for is finding yourself in between clubs. You can find yourself right in between a long iron and a short iron, depending on how far you go. So the rough bump really is a long iron play, so a grizzly or a high level B52 rough bump. But if you do find yourself in between clubs, be prepared to play a short iron shot from this distance if you don't have a high level club with enough backspin to play your first shot here with a backspin and approaching there. So if you don't have a high level long iron, be prepared if you go super deep that you won't be able to play that rough bump with the short iron because you won't have enough topspin to reach the pin. So be prepared to play a shot from that landing area in front of there with some topspin to try and still be able to attack the pin. If there's any kind of headwind, we'll be laying up over on the right side for a sniper second play. Generally, that's going to be a bump, or not a rough bump, but rather a play off of the fairway here and then over. These bushes don't actually do anything. You can go right through them, so don't even worry about them. They're just there for funsies, I guess. I'm not really entirely sure why they're even there, but any kind of headwind, we'll be doing that shot. Pardon me while I take a drink of this delicious cup of coffee. Okay. This one is also going to be wind dependent. We can set up some nice hook and slice shots. If it's wind, depending on what kind of wind they give us, you can set up a hook shot over here where your target's you can actually kind of get your target dialed in based on wind over on the right side where you're going to be landing it. But if you are playing that shot, it's going to be a tricky one. But if they give us tailwind, it can be worth it trying to set it up to drive the green. If they do give us any kind of tailwind, setting up a hook shot is a really good play. Because I'll show you just why in just a second. The other play is to land at the end of this fairway and try and run it up here for a short iron. The thing that is hard to get dialed in here is this landing area is very inconsistent. Lots of hills, lots of undulations. It's a hard one to get dialed in. Generally, you're going to want to play your short iron first bounce up onto the green, which is also very inconsistent. A lot like that other min short iron that I was describing earlier. So you're going to want to try and find, again, a really consistent spot there to get it dialed in. And then, because the green is very funky, and it's going to slope from right to left as you're approaching it as well. So keep that in mind also. But it's going to be a little bit inconsistent, so keep that in mind. Find that consistent landing area, try and play it the same way every time. If you don't have a level 8 Hornet or higher, then it's going to be a thorn shot for sure, because it's going to be at least 4 backspin required there. So level 8 Hornet, otherwise you're playing a thorn. Our final par 3, God, I hate this hole. This is another one that I've struggled to get dialed in anything consistent because of the landing areas. The landing area at the end of this little patch of fairway is all over the place. It shoots the ball down to the right, to the left. It's a hard one to get dialed in. The other option here is a rough bump, which I think I might try this time since I've been unable to get that other one, the landing area here dialed in. It never plays consistently for me. It's a min sniper play. If you're playing off of this fairway, it's so inconsistent how the ball is going to come in. They'll guarantee you they'll give us a crosswind because anything else on this hole, that's just that if they don't give us a crosswind, I'll be surprised. I'll put it that way because that's gonna just drive everybody crazy because of the inconsistency. So rough bump's probably going to be a better option here. Possible option for a wind 5 ball. Otherwise, it's a kingmaker rough bump and try and get something dialed in. It doesn't play too much of an over adjustment, so it's going to be one that we're just kind of figuring out early on in the week and then going from there. This was a hole. I think it was this first or second hole of my very first stream ever, and I albatrossed it. So don't hate this one. Do not hate this one. The way that I albatrossed it is by playing on the left side. There are options on the right as well, but you're going to be landing somewhere around here with all of your top spin to come down here. And you want to avoid the rough, obviously, but usually it's a tailwind shot. So that kind of alleviates some of the pain. If you do end up in the rough, you can usually bail yourself out. So a Thor, a high-level Thor, or Apocalypse, a high-level Apocalypse will work here. Generally speaking, and then you're going to be playing an over-adjusted sniper shot, usually a full backspin somewhere in front of the green, and then funneling it from right to left to the pin. The rough bump here is also an option. It's another one that I've struggled to get dialed in consistently, but it is an option. The way that I made the alba on that stream was by playing as a full backspin, over-adjusted, just about a maximum sniper, I believe. So that's probably how I'm going to be playing it, but there is a kingmaker rough bump opportunity as well. The other option is to blast down here on the right side. I'm not really a big fan of that because of how narrow this fairway is. It's very easy to end up in the trap on either side. So if you do go this way, I think it's also probably much longer shot. You're going to probably, if you're laying up on the backside anyway, you're going to need a big dog or a cataclysm to be able to reach the green with your second shot from the right side there. So almost guaranteed I'll be playing on the left on this one. Alrighty, there we go. That's it. There's our tournament preview. Let's get back to the game. Derek, you're in Tour 11. Nice. All right. Well, if you're in need of some Tour 11 guides, here you go. I've got all kinds of Tour 11 content out there. It's my favorite tour. And if you're looking specifically, since Drewmore's in it now, when Drewmore first came out, I played it. I was streaming Tour 12 as well. So there's a lot of Drewmore content as well. If you have a higher level Cataclysm, I was playing almost exclusively with a Cataclysm level 5. So if you've got that or better, then I've got content for Drewmore. I'm starting to get the holes dialed in a little bit better with my sniper play, which is my preferred club, my preferred wood on Tour 11 rather. All kinds of stuff out there. We're gonna go with the hooky slicey here for funsies. Most of the top spin. I want to use all of the left spin that I can here. There's no reason really to play a hook shot here other than the fact that I enjoy doing it. So we're going to go with an over adjustment at first. So we'll call it 12 at 1-1. Not quite all of the beans, which, as was noted on Ian Bollinger's stream just a while back, is now a guarantee. What did he call it? Oh, the generally accepted unit of measurement for how much overpower we use is officially recorded in beans. So I do love it. I love our Golf Clash lexicon. The colloquialisms from the Golf Clash community are hilarious to me. So, and it's funny to hear so many, there's so many players from all over the world that are putting out content. It's I see so many people from stateside and the UK putting out content. It's funny to hear, the different ways that people use to describe things as well. It's a fun little community. I appreciate you all being here to experience it with me. So yeah, I love this game. It's one of my most favorite games. I've been playing it for a couple years now. I love putting out content. The only thing I love better than playing this game is playing it with people who also love playing it, so I can talk to them about it, because no one else cares. Oh, we'll see if we can play a rough bump. The other option is to play a grizzly here, a backspin shot, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play a rough bump. Let's see. We're playing 1-to-1 games and offset games. Try and find this little funnel. This will give us 2 opportunities at it. So it's a big downhill shot. We're going to add 2.2, and then we'll add 4 to play this one as a 15.6. 10. Oh no. Oh no. That did not go well. Well, would have been nice to see what would have happened if I didn't accidentally hit the take shot button and then ruin my adjustment. Sometimes things happen on stream. Oh, morning, Ryro. What's up? Good to see you. I hope you're having a good cup of coffee. Mitsu, yeah, you keep getting them into 11. Are you a sniper guy like I am? Because that's the most frustrating thing about them. I've always favored the sniper in Tour 11. I favor the Cataclysm in Tour 12. You can't really play a sniper for most of the Tour 12 shootout holes. So when I was playing Tour 12 and Drumor was around, everything that I had, I was playing with a Cataclysm. So I never experienced it with a sniper until they brought it down to Tour 11, and it is a pain in the ass. You're playing blind shots from with tailwinds basically. So no thanks. But I'm starting to figure them out a little bit. That one Drumor that was such a pain in the ass when it first came out, the shootout with like the 4 different landing areas and traps everywhere, that plays is massively downhill and is usually like a min driver shot or a sand bump or some random crap. That one is the most difficult one to play with a tailwind now for me with my sniper, because it truly is a blind shot. I think I've figured out that my push, the problem is with a tailwind and a right to left wind on it, you adjust back to the right into these rocks where you can't see your target anymore. So it's hard to figure out how much more you're pushing up. So it's a giant pain in the ass, basically, is what I'm trying to say. All right, full right spin, 1 back here. We're going to add 20%, 1.5 we'll call it, to play this as a 9.1. 1201 pull, so we're coming to the right. We want to make sure we stay to the right. 9.1. Curl into the edge here, just past it. Oh, great left. Hopefully our 1201 pull plus our curl and all that spin will make up for it. Looks like it's going deep. Yeah, it is. Caught a bad spot and kicked us too deep. Massive over adjustment here, and what you absolutely do not want to do is what I just did there, is to go deep, because it'll carry that far. If you're half a yard past the hole, you're 5 yards past the hole. Oh, you're a Guardian guy? Yeah. I played it. I had one bag that used used the Guardian in Tour 12, but I've always been a sniper guy. You know, it's my one. I mean, a high level guardian is basically 1-to-1 play anyway. But oh, gonna be close. I think he got us though. Yeah, took a little bit different line than we did, but not a much better shot than we played. With that low of a wind, I usually only use one backspin. Kind of surprised that it kicked that far past it, but I think it was because of the great left. Yeah, sniper's just always been my club. There were a couple tours when I was moving up that I did start playing a guardian on occasion for, and occasionally in tournament play I'll bust it out as well. That one Parc des Paris par 5, the guardian second shot to the back of the green where it funnels back is an awesome play. So yeah, that's a good time to have the guardian on for sure. I don't know. I should probably get more used to it. It would probably make things easier. It's still 1-to-1 play basically. So. Yeah, that's the one downside to the Guardian, though, is that there's not a lot of topspin. But generally, you don't need a lot. If you're putting on a ton of topspin with your wood, you don't usually have a chance to make the shot. It's just physics. You know, it's hard to put topspin on a wood and then have it find a line that actually finds a pin. It just is difficult to do. Good shot from our opponent here. We're going to be looking to do the same thing. Tighten. We're going to try and get a little bit deeper and then play a thorn rough bump. The thorn rough bump plays is a big downhill shot, so that's something to keep in mind. If you've got a high upgraded club, you don't want to use all the topspin either because you'll end up in the rough. We'll start there. 1-to-1 play here, which is a 10% over adjustment basically. Not even going to use any curl because the secondary wind effect should push it a good bit to the right. And this kind of funnels down that way anyway, so looks like it's going to catch the rough though. Well, over adjustment. That's what it was. It was an over adjustment. I shouldn't have pulled the full 9. Ah, frustrating. Frustrating. Yeah, agree, Mitsu. Until you get your cat to level 7, its accuracy is not forgiving if you hit a great ball. That's part of the reason I play the sniper so much. It's forgiving. Really, it is. It's so accurate. It's just always been a favorite of mine. It's the first club that I ever realized that the rings on the target could equate to wind. It's going in. Nice shot from our opponent. Well played. That's what we were looking to do, but now I'm going to have to try and bury a rough iron because I'm a moron. No, we'll play the rough bump as well. I like this one to come in from left to right. With this much headwind, I want to be sure to go well past the pin. Find our spot. Offset games, plus 20 at a max, 1.4, 2.8. So we're going to add 2.8, 15.9, 16.8 at a max. It's going to be 10, 12 rings. There's 7. I'll take 5 more. I think it's going to be an under adjustment, to be quite honest with you. But it's coming in pretty nice. Yeah. Didn't find our spot. It's my own fault for hitting such a bad drive, so can't really complain. Mitzi, you still trying to match up? If so, hit it now. I don't want to play this guy again. I want to play you. I'm going to watch on the stream to see when that pops up, to what I just said pops up. All right. Well, that's not you. I'm playing Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, snap. What a picture of him to use as your avatar. Let me know if you're still trying to match up. Me too. Let me know. Ah, nuts. Okay. I should have waited to hear what you had to say. Is he gonna? What's he doing? Is he gonna go? I'm not sure if he's laying up or trying to blast over. Trying to blast over with a headwind is not smart. I would imagine he's laying up, but I have no idea what. I don't know what in the world just happened. I've never seen anybody play it that way before, with a headwind. I don't know why you would. Strong wind here, so we're gonna go with 3 and a notch top spin. I usually just play this one at a max, just a dead at a max, because it's usually like a mid plus a bunch of over adjustments. So I'm just gonna play this one as a 12.6. There's 8.6. We'll go 4 more. And because we're in the trap, we'll give it a nudge forward. All the curl to the right we got with the Thor. Plus a great right should guarantee that we stay well to the right. But it's a safe play to stay in the fairway, unlike our opponent. And that'll leave us a grizzly up there for a good look for an eagle. Play a game about nothing. That's exactly right. Oh, difficult shot for our opponent here with the headwind. I agree, Ryro. I'm not sure what in the hell he was doing. I don't know. I do not know. I would not be using... What? Did he put all the topspin on there? I don't know. Nothing about this looks good. I do not... I've played this guy before, and I remembered him being relatively decent. I'm not really sure what... Is he slicing here? What is... I don't know what's happening. What in the world is going on? I'm not entirely sure. Repitaph in the house. What's up? Repitaph's music is outstanding. Play offset games, no spin. And we'll play it plus 10 at 1-1. So that'll be 12.1. No, and I'm going to go even more than that. I'm going to go 12.5. 7.5. 5. You have to offset this one quite a bit. Lots of secondary wind effect. We're not going to make it. So this is going to have a look and then another look at it. So if you go no spin, then there's the chance of coming up off of the back of that hill and dropping as well. But obviously, if you get the zoom in on the front end, then it's not dropping. So. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with old Jerry here. Sometimes I'm like, maybe they're letting their kid play or something, you know. But I don't know. I've played him before and he's been decent, so not really sure. Oh. My dog's ringing the bell to go out, so my dog's featured on the stream today. The both of them are. Go on out. I figured that they interrupt the stream enough that it was time to have a picture of them up there. And since usually my avatar is me wearing blue stuff, I figured I would have a picture of the toy hockey puck chew toy that we got for our golden retriever there. That's Ollie, the golden retriever, and then Andy, the Westie in the background. If you've been around for a while, you've heard them interrupt basically every one of my streams at some point. So, love them, love them, love them. Andy's about to turn 5 years old. No, 4 years old. My math was wrong. Here you go, Drew Moore. I'm going to play this one as just one backspin offset and plus 25 at 1-to-1. So plus 25% is adding 2, so 10.1 rings. And we want to pull deep here, so I'm going to go with an 1159 pull. And then at the end, I'm going to nudge up just a notch. Would rather be great right here because you want to avoid that nonsense off to the left, but that was not good. That landing area is too inconsistent for a great shot, and you're just not going to get close if you hit the ball great. But it is a tricky one. This wind is a little less tricky because the danger area is short left, which our opponent is probably going to find here, if I'm being honest, depending on the adjustment. Oh, never mind. If he's playing over on the right, then maybe not. But the guideline is going to contract significantly here. So landing your second, if you're aiming for your second bounce to be that short up onto the green, you're going to find yourself falling off the left side of the fairway quite a bit. What in the world? He adjusted way further than I did, though, so maybe this will still work out. Nope. I think we got him. I'll say unlucky, but playing this guy is a little disconcerting right now because I don't know what he's doing. I kind of want to keep playing him because I feel like it'll be easy wins, but I don't know if that necessarily makes for good content. We'll see if he wants a rematch. No, okay. Well, that's fine. No rematch. So I discussed the dog picture on the stream, but also recently went and played Topgolf in the middle of a snowstorm. I don't know how clear that picture is on your screens, but it was my buddy of mine took a slow-mo video, and it was something to behold. If you're Facebook friends with me, then I actually posted it on Facebook. I rarely post anything on my actual Facebook page, but that was one that it was such a cool video that I had to post it because it was a slow-mo shot. The snow's falling in the background. It looks like an arcade game because they had the lights were changing colors. Normally they stay steady, but at night in the snowstorm, I guess they have like party mode or something. Kind of like bowling alleys have like blackout or blacklight parties. It's kind of like that, I guess, because like they were flashing blue and purple, and it was awesome. Maybe I'll switch back over to the photos since I was already going through some of those for the tournament. I'm not quite sure why he's using what's going on here either. That's probably not going to stay in the fairway. Yeah. This plays significantly downhill, and your ball will carry super far, so something to keep in mind. I prefer to stick with my Thor 7 here, and full right, and we want our landing position to be right around here. So from here, we'll play it as a 10 ring over adjustment. So there's 5 and 10. So that's just a little bit over 10%. I'm actually going to adjust this a little bit further back too, and then put all the curl to the right on, and then hope that we don't go as deep as our opponent did. This is a good wind to play over on the right side with a Thor, because you don't need that much curl to get around the traps with a favorable wind like that. Oh, stay in the fairway! Woo! Woo! That was close. But I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. That's why you don't put too much topspin on there. That green, the fairway over there will funnel you back out onto it if you stay to the right and don't go too deep. So you can get away with a Thor there. Nearly buried out of the sand by our opponent. Good shot from him. We'll see if we can bury it. Should we go full backspin? That's how we started off the stream. We might as well. See if we can keep that going. Right? Alrighty. I know Peter Johnson loves this shot, so we'll see if we can do it. Play this plus 15 at a mid, let's call it. So we'll play it as a 14.5 at a mid. 6.5, 6.5. We'll play 6.5. Ah. Looks like we under-adjusted anyway, so. Usually I'm not playing the thorn porn shot there, but since I started off the stream by burying one, I figured I would give it another go. But not usually favoring that one. Most of the time I do like to play those kind of thorn shots, but this is a hole where I have not really been able to get it dialed in consistently. So generally I'm playing that one coming in right to left with like 4 bars of backspin usually. So you can get away with a Hornet there if you've got it at level 8. But it will come in, plays at a significant downhill, and it comes in from right to left. So that's generally how I'm playing that one. Or if you lay up in front of the traps, if you have any kind of headwinds, then it's a maxed out long iron. Oh, this is a nasty, nasty wind. Okay, we're going to play this as plus 30 at 1-1. Just play offset games. 3 and a notch backspin. Don't use too much here. That's our spot. Plus 3.6, so 15.8 rings. I'm going to use a 1201 pull, so we are leaving it out to the right. So 15.8, there's 8.8. We need 7 more. Ah. Great left there will kick you off that hill a little bit harder. But our line was good if we just hit perfect ball. See the distance there. We ended up just about pin high, but the great shot cost us definitely. Level 7 Kata. I've played Mad Mike here relatively often in tour play. You kind of do run into the same people over and over again in the higher tours, for sure. That looks like it's coming in pretty nice. Get in the hole. That's how you're supposed to do it. Don't do what I did. Do what our opponent did. Hit a perfect ball also. That helps. But yeah, like plus 30% at 1-to-1 if you're playing a sniper there, and no more than 3.5 backspin with a headwind that's that vicious, 3 to 3.5. I had one on stream where it was like almost a 15 mile an hour headwind, where I was talking about not using too much backspin, and then I used like 4 bars on it. I was like, I didn't listen to myself. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Yeah, that's how it goes. Has anybody else out there played Top Golf before? If so, let me know how you liked it. I find it really fun. I'm a pretty average golfer. I shoot in the low to mid 90s generally. Tougher courses will tear me up. But I used to play fairly regularly. I didn't get out as much as I usually do last year, but once or twice a month maybe. It's an expensive hobby. And we have a million courses around here, so that makes it a little bit easier. Because they're all over the place, so it's easy to go play, and some places are a little cheaper than others, so you got to kind of find the value. But Top Golf is fun too. They've got heated bays, so you can go play all year round. I'm gonna play this one as a 6. A couple of beans. So yeah, I've never played in conditions like that before, but even when it was snowing out there, we were completely dry. The heaters were blasting. You can see it's snowing, and I'm just wearing a long sleeve shirt and jeans. So it was nice and warm and toasty. Pretty decent food. Drinks, on the pricier side, but that's kind of to be expected at a place like that. So it's really good fun though, and you can split up the check amongst 4 people and play for 3 hours and basically pay the exact same as you would for a round of golf and 6 beers. So there are benefits to it as well. It's really fun. You don't really even have to have played golf to enjoy it and go try it, because there's just like little ones you can chip at, and they provide the clubs, and it's a really good time. So if you've got one near you, that's kind of the only issue is there are only so many spread out around the country. So get in the hole. I will also be playing a rough bump here, but I'm going to be playing it different. I always like to come in from left to right on this one, because there's a nice consistent landing area, even with a wind like this. I'll go with 3 and 1 top, and then find my spot. This is it right here. 6.5 miles an hour. I'm not going to use any offset. I'm going to go dead at the pin. I'm going to push up just a notch over 1 ring, and then adjust it 1-to-1. Oh. Oh, damn it. Our opponent's drops and ours doesn't. Nuts. Come on, Mad Mike. Take 3. Take all 3 from me. Let's go. Take all my trophies. Who cares? Another Drew Moore. Another Drew Moore. This one. This damn one. Oh, okay. Well, at least it's giving us a fun wind. I'm going to use another firework ball. Absolutely, I will. Hooky slicey time. All right. I'm going to go just over 20 rings with this. Don't want to use all of the curl here, but we do want to remember to yell, "Fort!" Looks like we're going to find the rough. Come on, get out. Get out. Ah, well. Oh, why is that so much fun? Why do I enjoy that so much? That's my absolute favorite part of this game, is just blasting hook shots. I guess that's a slice shot, whatever. If it gives us, oh, there we go. Oh, he's not going to blast it, though. He's just going to use the power 5 ball to make sure that he's got his second shot. With this tailwind, I'm absolutely blasting over every time. Because even from the rough, we should have a shot up to the green here. If he has a headwind, even with a power 5 ball, I think he's got a level 7 kata, doesn't he? So he can use all of the top spin. But if there's any kind of headwind, he might still be leaving himself in a bad spot where he's playing a maxed out wedge. And it's not going to matter because he's going to be in the crap. Well, okay. We had a good 2 first games. Oh, look at this nice wind. Nice wind. Alrighty. We're going to let it do its thing. Let's see. 10-4. We'll play it as a 10% at max. How about? So, I don't know. Let's call it 8.5. Ooh, that's okay. With the tailwind, it should be all right. I want to make sure that it comes in from left to right, though. So, just a little baby curl back to the left. Oh, no. Over-adjusted. Well over-adjusted and down into that nonsense. Oof. Bad shot there. I can't believe that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, well. We'll be in a better spot. Mad Mike here will probably be in a min short iron range that plays well downhill, whereas we'll have a relatively straightforward wedge. It's a tricky one from back there, but you can put all the topspin on, and it takes most of the air out. So having the high level clubs is definitely helpful here. That's pretty much all you're going to ever see in the higher tours is maxed out high level clubs. Oh no. Our opponent over adjusted massively as well. All right, we're going to crank up the top spin and then move back and see what our landing area looks like. Oh boy, not where we wanted to be. For sure, not where we wanted to be. Well, it doesn't matter. We want our dignity back from old Mad Mike, who is messing around in the trap there. All right, let me reset here. A good 3-game set, and to be frank, I'll be honest here. Pretty glad that he forfeited there, because I'm not entirely sure I was going to make that wedge. It was not a gimme. I'll just put it that way. It was one that I should make, but definitely not a gimme. And if I were in his shoes, I definitely would have waited to see if I had made that shot. But Good sport of him anyway. He'd already taken 2 from us, so decided that he had hacked it up on that hole enough that he wanted no more. He wanted no more, no part of it. Which is just fine by me. Just fine by me. What time do we got? 9:10. Okay, I'm probably going to go until about 10 o'clock, so just so you're all aware. If you missed the beginning of the stream, I played a couple holes and then went and did a tournament review, so if you're catching me live and interested to hear my thoughts on the tournament, feel free to go check those out at the beginning of the stream. Should I do... No, I'm just going to play from back here. That's fine. I thought about playing a hook again, but I'm not going to. This is the spot we want. So after we're gonna go, let's say, I'm gonna actually come back here and make my adjustment. We're gonna do 10.5 rings and then push back up to max to make sure I'm getting my adjustment right. But then just take some of the beans off. Should find our funnel spot. Yeah, that's why we took some of the beans off. But that spot up there will come out real nice for us almost every time. And then I can keep my sniper on, which, as we discussed earlier, is more forgiving than the cataclysms if you had a great shot. So that's why I play it. It's my favorite club. I started talking about that earlier, about how it was the first club that I figured out the rings for. I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but I think it might have been on Reddit, on Golf Clash Reddit. I think it was like, I was relatively new to Reddit and didn't really understand much of it and was kind of like still figuring out the community thing and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a Golf Clash one. So I went and checked it out. I think it was on Reddit. I went and checked it out, and I saw some post there that said something about the sniper, the maxed out sniper at 100% accuracy. The wind rings equal, is one ring equals 1 mile an hour of wind that you should adjust, and that's when everything kind of clicked for me, and I was like, okay, now I get it, and everything kind of came into place. So the sniper, for that very reason, has always been a favorite of mine. I'm going to do a hard 1201 pull here to make sure, because we're going to be adjusting downhill, but not at 1-1. We're going to go under 1-1. We'll go 13 rings downhill. So there's 8, 5 more. With as I mentioned, a hard 1201 pull to make sure that we're getting deeper as we pull down the hill. Because we do not want to leave ourselves with an impossible putt. Why is it so much fun to say that? I don't get it. I don't know. I do not know. But it is something about this game that I do enjoy. So all the math that you hear me do is all just in my head based on 1-1 stuff. Once I figured that out, I saw on Reddit that post. That's actually what led me to the 19th hole. I saw Jesse posting there and found his YouTube channel, and then joined the Facebook group, and have loved it ever since. I put my second account in, met James on Facebook, and put my second account, Bob Jr., of course, in with the Alley Cats for a season. And then the next season, I moved my main into the family. We were in the Champions 100. We got relegated. That was season 1 of the Champions 100, and we got relegated. And I stayed in the family, and we fought back in there. Stuck around after we won, and then pulled out for a little bit while I was handling my clan, where this one here, of which I am president. So. We were on a push to get promoted. We're not a very big clan. We're expert 3 right now. We tend to hang around. whatever the level below Champions 100 is. So right now we're Expert 3. Before they opened up Master 1, we were Expert 2 because Expert 3 was as high as you could go. So, but we were making a push, and I think it was a push to get to Expert 2, where I pulled out of the 19th for a little while to tend to my clan here and get us promoted by playing both of my accounts so that we could get all the tournament points, basically. And then got us promoted, and then I've been with the Bushwhackers ever since that period of time. Junior's been in the Bushwhackers ever since, so those guys, love them. Pete and Queenie running the show. Two excellent other streamers, Peter Johnson, of course, and Rhea, a.k.a. Pete's Queenie. Plus 25 of them in, so we're going to add 2.6 to play this one as a 13.2 point, so that's going to be 9.5 rings. As I mentioned, this is the one that I was talking about earlier, where if I get it in a headwind, then that's perfectly okay with me, but in a tailwind with the sniper, it's a little bit difficult. Oh, hang on. Decent shot there. This one is super tricky. Made it a little bit easier by our maxed out Thor's Hammer, or not quite maxed out anymore, Thor's Hammer level 7. It was so funny. So as soon as they rolled out that the new clubs, the upgraded, the level 9 rares and the level 8 epics, right? The day that they rolled that out was the day that I technically maxed out my first epic. I got the Thor's Hammer level 7 that very day. And so it went from being maxed to instantly not being maxed anymore. But I'm not complaining because I now own a Thor's Hammer level 7 on this account, and it is my baby. I wield it throughout Tour 11 like a sword and just swashbuckle everyone who gets in my way. Oh, good look from our opponent here. We'll see how far past the pin he goes. Gonna be a close one. He won. Very well played by Harry there on a very difficult par 3 to beat us by 3.2, by 0.32 yards rather. No, does not want any part of this. Oh, I think I hear the dog now whining to come back inside. So we'll go grab him. Oh, not an appropriate avatar for Mr. XR 2.0, who is in the Guns clan. Ooh, what a delightful wind we have here. Looks like our opponent will be playing the slice shot. I am going to just crank up all the topspin that I've got on that baby that I was just talking about, the Thor's Hammer level 7, and let her rip. Leave us with a wedge. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway. See how this goes. Usually it can come in a little weird. What you'll see a lot is that it'll go deep into the rough like that. Yeah, that'll happen. That will happen. So, unlike our opponent, I'm just going to play a Titan. And we wanted to go 5 past there. So where the white ring is, right in the shadows of that tree. So that's how I count it, that we're already at 5. So we're already at 5 there. So there's another 5 and 2 more. So 1 to 1. I'm going to crank up the curl to the left here. And we're going to try and get it to roll out through the rough. It's not going to do it. It's not going to get the angle that I wanted. We want to catch the rough so it slows down and doesn't carry all the way through, but you don't want to land. You want it to be rolling before it hits that patch, or bounce deep on it so it'll carry out further. Catching it on the second bounce there just takes all the steam out of it. But that's the risk you run when you play that shot, as I've come to figure out. We'll still have a wedge. It's just not going to look pretty. It is not going to look pretty at all. Good look from our opponent there. And that's why it doesn't look pretty. This is not going to be good. Just going to eyeball it, I guess. We'll go with like 8. A little more than that because we're going to use some curl. Ugh. Not even close. Yep. Well, we knew it wasn't going to be pretty as soon as we saw where it ended up, so oh well. Oh well. No big deal. So we'll go to a shootout. It's all right. That's why I didn't want that rollout that I was talking about, but that's okay. If we get a tailwind on this hole again, then I'll blast an APOC slice over. See if that looks better for us. Because the Thor 7 there is obviously a very specific play that you can only play if you've got that club. So the APOC slice is a favorite shot there as well. All right, let's see if we can hit perfect this time. 13 ring adjustment with offset. 3.5. $13 ring adjust. $8.1. $13.1. Found a perfect this time. Why are we coming in so far to the right on both of those? All right, got to figure something else out then. What is happening? My pull angle must be poor. On both of those, I must have been pulling at a bad angle. Because those normally come in beautifully, and they both of them came in way right. The first time I could blame it on that great left, because that'll catch the hill on the left and it'll kick it that way. But this one was bad. That should not be coming off like that. Gotta figure something else out there. Either my landing position was my starting position was bad, or my pull angle was bad. One of the two there, maybe both. Who knows? But that's one that usually comes in nicely for me, and a hole that we really should be doing better than that. See, he's using a great left and left curl, but it'll still probably come in better than mine. Maybe not. I think it's going to be close. Closer than it should be. Ugh. Bad. Just bad. I'm just having a bad morning. Oh well. At least we got a rematch. Good sport by our opponent. Wishing us good luck, giving us a rematch, giving us the opportunity to win our trophies back. And it's the old favorite, our Parc de Paris par 4 funnel hole. Should have a good look for an eagle here. Both of us should with this wind. Let's see. I need to play this one under 1-1 with the Thor. We'll say 6 top spin and all the right spin. What you want to avoid here is the left side of that second fairway. You can catch it very easily, especially with this kind of wind. You can catch a glitch that'll carry you all the way into the sand. So you don't want to do that. You want to be a little bit deeper than our opponent, though. We want to be at the end of the shadow or further. What do we say? 6 top? I'm gonna go with the notch over that. Let's start with the blue in the rough here, and we'll take off 10% and play it at 1-1. So that's a 10.8. We'll just take it all in one pull. Probably shouldn't, since I've been having such shoddy ring play here, but we'll stick with the shoddy quick feel adjust. Yeah, that felt like it was too much, so I'm gonna go even less because I'm gonna be using some curl. That's all right. We're in a good spot. Min Thorn here off the island. Try and find our funnel spot. So let's see. From his spot, I'll be playing it like min plus 30%. So whatever. Let's see. 13 at a min. What's the power on this? Whatever the hell this basketball ball is. What the hell is this? It's not a basketball. It's a city ball or something. I don't know. Is it a power 2 or a power 3? Wind 4. I don't know. I don't know what the stats on it are. Another one that I did not buy. But I would have been pulling, let's see, 13 and a half would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. Did he adjust? How many rings did he adjust? Oh, so close. Min Thorn is 3.5 to 1 for me. So a third of a ring is 1.2 miles an hour. So that's how I do my adjustments for my Min Thorn shots. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to adjust. All right, well, we'll go with some Thorn Porn then again. How's that sound? Play this as a mid plus 10. Offset games. And plus 1.4. 15.3. 6 points. So we'll go 6 2/3. Punished by going too deep and not being able to find our funnel, but that's all right. We'll just Thorn Porn it. Second shot that we've drained that way on stream today. So if you're a fan of the full backspin Thorn shots, this is the stream for you. Maybe that's what I'll do from now on. Every short iron, I'll try and Thorn Porn. That'll be what I'll do on this stream. How's that sound? That was pretty good. That was good. I love those shots. I would have preferred to play the funnel because it'll go in, especially with that wind. That was a beautiful wind to find that funnel spot. But alas, it was not to be. I'm going to hook this one, or slice it rather. going to go just into overpower for my adjustment. 10, 20. But I'm not going to use any overpower when I actually hit the shot. Easier just to play this one with an APOC and curl it over there, but I like to hook things, so slice things. No! Too much topspin there. But there, guess what? Guess what we can do? Wow. Really, guy? There's a, depending on the wind that we get, we can just play a hook shot. We played our slice drive. We can play a rough iron hook up onto the green, depending on the wind that we get. If we have to put some overpower on, then that's the shot we'll be playing, probably. But we're deep enough over there that it might just be a relatively straightforward shot. Yeah, our opponent's just going with the APOC. But that's boring. That's boring. Who wants to see that normal shot when you can play a slice? That's what I always say. Hooky slicey, baby. Hooky slicey all day long. Nah, we don't need to play it. It's an uphill shot. We're going to play it. I'm going to give myself some room to allow for a great left. This guy wasn't doing anything with the emojis, but he seemed to get upset that I sliced that drive on him for some reason. It seemed to upset him. That's okay. Be upset, buddy. Be upset. Get upset and make mistakes. Maybe he got upset because I buried that thorn shot on him. That's enough to upset anyone, I guess. I don't like to lose either, but you know. What are you going to do? I'm not going to emoji spam somebody. I will congratulate you for hitting a nice shot. See what line this takes. Oh, it's a good line, but a little bit deep. Coming in just too hot. That's the line that you want to take if you can on this shot. Coming in from right to left. I made it like the first time I played the hole. It just like found this funnel on a full overpowered sniper shot with a bunch of topspin and just like found this funnel and went in. I'm like, oh, this one will be easy. And I don't think I've made it since. It's funny how some holes are like that. There was a Maple Bay hole that was just like that as well. I had it on this stream, the one where if you've got a tailwind, you can put on a power 5 ball and try and sand bump or rough bump the green over all that water with the boat out in the middle of it. The very first time I played that hole, I played over to the second fairway and made a full backspin Goliath shot with the very first time. So I think it might have been on stream actually. Or maybe that was when I was still just doing the guides. That's more likely is when I was doing the guides and I put something together on it. That sounds more likely at that point in time. But maybe I was streaming. I don't know. I do not know. I do know that if we have a tailwind here, this is going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to try the rough bump. See what happens. I have not played this rough bump very often. But I'm guessing it goes something like this. Let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to play it 1-1 minus 10%, let's call it. So 7.6. Oh, great right. Oh, no. Well, that did not go well. So it looks like it was an over adjustment, plus the great right didn't help. So probably because we're pulling so far back downhill. So what's that going to play? I'll say I'll play it as a mid is 1.2. I think we'll just play it dead at a mid. So that's going to be minus 20% at 1-to-1 for the Thor here. If you see, that's why this one was such a pain in the ass, because I would always start my adjustment off and move back into Cataclysm range. He'll win this, I almost guarantee you. My shot was poor, and he has a Cataclysm, so that makes it much easier. Yeah, good shot from our opponent there to win. Should I give him the eye roll emoji? We keep losing 2 out of 3, damn it. Just one of those mornings, I guess. We're just going to lose 2 out of 3. That's just what's going to happen. Oh, well. Oh, well. No epics in that one. No epics. We're on a bit of a trophy dump ourselves here from the looks of things. But not on purpose, though. We're just giving them away today. Just giving them away. Almost all the top spin and a bunch of spin to the left as well. 1-to-1 at first here. And yell fort. Oh, I love when people yell get in the hole on for no reason. Ooh, no, I didn't put a Cataclysm on, and that did not get nearly as deep as I thought it would. Whew. No wonder we're giving away so many trophies. Bad bag management, bad shots. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. I know I said I was going to go till 10, but I think I'm going to kick off here shortly. Go check out Fenzel's stream. I know he's got a 24-hour stream for GoFundMe for, I believe, for a surgery for his dog. So appropriate that I've got my dog's pictures up there. So if you're here, you probably know who he is. I highly doubt there are very many people who know who I am that are not aware of GC Fenzel's content. Incredible pro player, expert player, masters player. He plays them all. We're bailed out by the wind here. So I'm going to go check his stream out, and I encourage you all to go do the same. So we'll finish up. We'll see if we can get a 3-game series with Ace here. 5, 10, 15-ish. Found the perfect shot. Trying to get this one to go up kind of in a similar angle. It didn't get deep enough to come all the way back to the pin, but kind of the angle that our opponent will be attacking here, trying to get up towards the back of the green and funnel it back down. It's difficult to do playing off of that left side, but if you're going to try and make it, that's basically the only way you can do it. I don't trust myself with the rough bump here. Interesting. I don't often see people come in from right to left here. Interested to see how this one plays. Let's see. I don't know what the accuracy of a Cataclysm level 7 is, so I don't know how many rings he should adjust or what he's playing it. But generally, I play this one as plus 20 at a max. Since he's adjusting so far back, it might be a little bit less than that, though. Maybe 15 at a max. Don't often see people come in this route, though, but it'll have the speed to get back to the pin. It's just a question of whether it'll have the line. And no, it will not. But you see how deep you have to get there. That's an example of what I was talking about. You have to get really far up onto that green in order to have a chance. So usually when I'm playing my offset games, I'm playing them on the back end. I've discussed that as well on Tour 11. I usually play offset and over adjustment, a combination of the two, to combat secondary wind effect. And you want to play your offset games at the back of the green there is basically, leave it just shy in a tailwind, leave it just shy of the edge of the fringe, in a headwind, go just past it kind of thing. And then, as I mentioned, plus 20% max. And you should probably put a cataclysm bag on there, if I'm being honest, considering where I ended up. But we were able to get bailed out by the helpful wind. Hopefully we get a 3-game set here with Ace before we kick off for the day. Go say what's up to Fenzel. Once again, I don't generally play this one on the right side. I'll be playing the same minimum driver that I did before. It's just going to be a little bit less of a blind setup shot because we've got a power 3 ball instead of a power 4 ball. Don't like playing on the right side here. Never liked it. Too inconsistent for me. Although this is coming in rather nicely. Good shot from our opponent. Don't see that too often. Plus 10 at a min. I'm going to line up our wind here. That's where we want our landing position to be. 3 to the right and 6 back here. We're going to call that 7. We want to go 12, 6. We want to go 9, so we're going to need to take 2 more. With some wind coming from the opposite direction, I would usually play a little bit of counter curl. Oh, I think we got beat. Yeah, 1.6 to 1.7. But with that wind, I'm going to let the secondary wind just do its thing. It funnels from left to right. Even when we hit a good shot, we can't win today. But there you go. I've done that twice now today. The blind setup shot for a minimum driver approach on that shootout hole. You do have to, of course, have a driver that has 5 to 6 backspin on it. Higher winds there, and I'll only play 5 backspin, but that was relatively low, all things considered. So, all right, hooky slicey games. Plus 10 to the max, so we're going to consider this already being... this is our landing position. I'm going to go with 1 more back. So we're already at 8.1 rings here, so we're only going to take an additional 12. 5, 10, and 12. And that'll set us up for our rough bump shot. Sets us up nicely, and that's kind of why I took that extra bar of backspin there, because our wind angle was just slightly a tailwind, just slightly. Looks like our opponent's getting pretty much just a dead crosswind. It could just be the angle, because he's aiming further to the right, so that could potentially be why it looks like it's a little bit less of a tailwind for him. Okay. So it should be like a Max Thorn rough bump. Ooh, just stayed in the fairway. Nope, Min Grizzly it is. This is almost the exact same wind we just had in the tournament. All right, heavy wind offsetting there. I'm gonna go 1-to-1 -1, so 10.8 rings. Minus 10% rather, so taking off 1.1. Great left. Ah! Nuts. Very makeable shot there. Disappointed to hit great, not go in. I'm gonna have to go check out, see what the stats are on the level 7 Falcon since I've got it now. I've always heard that, all things considered, it's the best all-around short iron once you get it to level 7. So I'm gonna have to go check out and see what the winds look like, and because it's gonna be a 1-to-1 club. Just a matter of what exactly that 1-to-1 looks like for me in my head, similar to a Hornet. So for a Hornet, oh, it's gonna go in. Yeah. So with the Hornet, max is 1-to-1, mid is 1.5-to-1, and min is 2-to-1. Kind of stuff like that. So we'll just have to look and see. Like sniper max is 1-to-1, 1.1-to-1 for a mid, 1.2-to-1 for a min, stuff like that. So it's going to be just like that. It's just a matter of going to look and see what the accuracy represents. Because I don't use an app. If you haven't seen my streams before, I'm just doing all this in my head. I have a wind chart for the clubs that are not my 1-to-1 clubs, but I rarely consult it. So I don't use it for any driver shots except for, the min Apocalypse I don't really have in my head. But the nice thing is the min Thor is the same as the max Apocalypse, which I'm used to playing, so it's the exact same. So that one was an easy adjustment when I got the upgrade to a 7. But everything's just in my dome. I've occasionally put on the hashtag Team No App. And I've also discussed why it doesn't bother me that other people use them. My first go around at college, which was not a successful go around at college, but I was a math major. It's something I've always enjoyed doing, and that's one of the aspects of this game that I enjoy so very much is on-the-fly math. One of my other passions is darts, and I love. I'm not the greatest player in the world. I'm relatively good, but one thing that I do pride myself on is my counting ability with regards to setup shots and out shots. Two bars of topspin, 2 to the right here. We're gonna lay up for a Cataclysm. We want to be in the shadows or to the left of them here, kind of where the ball guide is. I'm gonna play it as 1-to-1, 9.8. So that's max plus 10%. With a pull to keep me away from the rough in case I hit great left, but I hit a great right, so we should be fine. Come on, get up there into the shadows. Not as deep as I would have liked, but we're just about dead even with our opponent, so it's a horse race now. Ooh, we got a save me wind. Both of us should be finding the green from this point, but it is easy to make a mistake. And cranking up that much topspin is one way to do it. You could easily find yourself in the rough. What's he doing? Yeah. Good idea, Ace. That was a smart idea. Turn the topspin down and use some overpower with this favorable of a wind. absolutely the right play. Oh no. Oh, he's fine. Oh. Oh yeah? Andy's talking. What do you got to say for yourself? Oh yeah? Whiny doggy? Is that right? All right, so we want our second bounce to catch the rough in the right over there with some curl. So 14, 16, we're gonna play as 10. Oh my word. I am just playing terribly today. I'm sorry, folks. Can't get anything right. I think I said I was going to play as a 10 and then just completely misread my poll. Whew. I am on a massive trophy dump, but completely unintentional. Oh well. Oh well. It matters not. I'm having a good time. That's always what's most important. Let's see if we can minimize our what we've got to deal with. All right, well, at least we saved it. Take it to a shootout and then sign off. And please, everyone, do go check out Fenzel's stream. I'm going to be heading over there. I'm not sure how much longer he's got to go. Could be coming to an end relatively soon. Ooh, good thing we have our Cataclysm 6 now. This was a tough one to play with a Cat of 5 because it's got a very limited amount of backspin. Let's see. So hopefully we can do something a little better. At least we didn't get this one in a headwind again, which we have been just royally screwing up. Now it is our opponent who hits a great shot. Looks like it's still coming in pretty nicely, though. Hung it up a little short. All right, plus 20 at a mid is going to be our adjustment. So plus 1, 2.1, 12.6. Let's see. Kind of like our landing position there looks nice. Second bounce on the fringe, 12.6 at a mid, 6.5 rings. Able to find a perfect, which is key with the Cataclysm on, obviously. That'll come in nicely, and we'll get 1. 2 out of 3. We lost 2 out of 3 to everyone today. That was just what we did. Some days are just like that. Okay, thanks everybody for being here. Go check out Fenzel's stream. I'll see everybody over there. Have you have a great rest of your weekend. I enjoyed it thoroughly, even though I played like a donkey. Have a good one.